In this video, I want to break down a Betfair trading strategy. Now this strategy is easy and it generates consistent profits on a regular basis. I'm going to walk you through exactly how you can spot this advantage when it pops up, implement this strategy into the market yourself and make some nice profits off the back of it. Okay, so the strategy that I want to talk to you about within this video takes advantage of two pre-off trading market characteristics. Now characteristic number one is laying at or around a crossover point. So at a crossover point, we have a 2-to-1 ratio if we're placing a lay bet, and as the price moves up relative to it moving down, so that's characteristic number one. And characteristic number two, we're also going to be taking advantage of the market overround and the book value. So to expand on that, if one runner's price is moving out and drifting up, the next runner's price is going to have to be coming down and steaming down, just because of the way the market works and how the overround and the book value is always at or around 100%. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to jump in. I'm going to show you the first trade. I've actually got two trades I want to show you in this video, which I screen recorded over about a 30-minute period where this strategy lined up nicely. I'm going to break the strategy down for you so you can copy it yourself and implement it into the market yourself and hopefully make some nice profits off the back of it from using it. Okay, so we're just looking at this market now. And like I said, we're going to be laying around a crossover point. So can you see this third runner, this third ladder on screen is around odds of 6. So characteristic number one, we're going to be laying around a crossover point, which I touched on. Characteristic number two, we're going to be looking to take advantage of the market overround and the book value equaling 100%. So if one runner's price is coming down, the other runner's price is going to have to move out. So can you see the first runner, the favourite, Regal Renaissance, I think that says, is at the bottom of its traded volume range, and so is Current Mood, which is the second favourite represented on this second ladder. It's near the bottom of its traded volume range. It's near the bottom of these bars on the right hand side of the ladders respectively. And our runner, third runner, Game On for Glory, is at or around a crossover point at odds of 6. So what I'm saying here is if two runners are going to push down and get backed in, the third runner is going to drift out because the overend's got to equal 100%, the book value's got to connect with itself, if that makes sense. And the first characteristic, we're around a crossover point with a 2-to-1 ratio. So what I'll do in this video, in this recording right now, in just a second, is I'll place a lay bet into the market. So I'm just going to do it in a second. First £50 goes in. So I'm building a nice position in here. I don't want to dump it all in one big slug because it'll stand out too much and then I might have trouble getting it out a little bit later on. So you can see I'm adding my position slowly, £200 lay bet, and I've offset my bets, my back bets, to offset my exposure on the other side of the market using a bot file that I've created. And can you see the price is slowly starting to tick up, so I've just cancelled off those bets and I'll drop those back in a second. They've gone back in. And can you see the first two runners as well, Regal Renaissance and Current Mood, have both started to get some backing support pulling their prices down. In particular the second runner, Current Mood. Regal Renaissance, it isn't as significant, but those two runners being backed front of the market, most favourable runners, is helping push the price out on Game On for Glory, which isn't as light and as a result is drifting. So I hope this is making sense to you. 2 versus 1, two prices coming down, one price going up. We was at or around a crossover points. We had two big market characteristics, which is helping push the price in our favour. And can you see we're already at about a £15 profit with about 60 seconds left until post time. And we're still seeing backing support on the first two. If that starts to dry up, my confidence will weaken on the position, but it's not really doing that. And you can see we're still trying to push up into the £30 of profit, which is displayed along the left hand side of Game On for Glory, which is our runner. But it comes to a point where there's like 30 seconds left. We're going to have to start getting rid of the position because obviously it's £200. It's not super large, the amount of money on the other side of the market for us to get out on. So it's going to take a few seconds. So I'm going to click up here in the recording, hedge the position, and can you see how big that stands out? I probably should have iceberged in the same way I iceberged out in the same way that I iceberged in, and it's just taking a little while. Slowly, just gone past post time there, but when I was doing this, I had my eyes on the live pictures. I knew where the runners were, and I knew I had time to push this a little bit further. Can you see, gradually just getting filled. £50 left. And there you go, position filled, position hedged. We have a nice profit locked in. And by the way, if you want to work with me and you want me to provide you with a strategy which makes your money out of the market as easily and as stress-free as possible, cutting your learning curve in half significantly and saving you time, check out the link, which I've got down below in the description box of this video. I've helped a lot of other like-minded traders who are likely in your position as well, and they've gone from not being able to make money and not really understanding what they were doing in these markets to generating profits out of the market each month with a strategy. So if you are interested in working with me, taking my training program and, fundamentally, importantly, being provided with a strategy which generates your profit as easily and as stress-free as possible, then check out the link, which is down below in the description of this video. Okay, so moving on to example number 2, we're going to look for the exact same thing again. We're going to look for a favourite around a crossover point, which in this case you can see second favourite, the hardest geezer, is around a crossover point. And the first favourite, Moonchime, is getting backed in. It looks like it's going to get backed in. It's at the bottom of its traded volume range. So we've got one runner around a crossover point, the other runner what's getting backed in. The book value's got to equal 100%. One thing goes down, the other thing's got to go up. We have a 2-to-1 ratio in our favour from the crossover point. Once again, I'll be placing a lay bet at or around this price at odds of 6 on the hardest geezer, and we'd expect the favourite to come down, hardest geezer to move up, and us to make a profit off the back of it. So again, I'm not going to go in with absolutely enormous stakes because higher odds, less money available. So I'm just iceberging positions in. Ideally, I'd look for about a £200 stake at this price. £50 didn't quite get filled, but can you see how the price has just shot out there? The favourite, Moonchime, getting back in support, and that looks like it's going to bust out through odds of 3 any second now. So if one thing's going down, the other thing's going up. We laid it a crossover, we had that 2-to-1 ratio there. And can you see there it goes? It goes through odds of 3, Moonchime. And we'd hope that just gradually pushes our price out even further. Many times I've seen a price go from 6 all the way up to 10. That happens quite commonly. I don't think it happens in this recording. But this is a common setup between the first and the second. One's going down, one's going up. And if we add another characteristic, i.e. the crossover point, that adds to the position and adds to the confidence. So sticky point here. Hardest geezer stuck at the top. Moonchime stuck at the bottom. Moonchime would have to keep coming down. Hardest geezer would have to keep going up. But if that doesn't happen and we just get met with support or resistance, however you want to define it, it'll probably just remain flat for the last 55 seconds until post time hits. Can you see as well, I've got my offset bets in the market, various prices going up across about 10 different ticks. I've got a download link in the description if you do want to get that. I'll touch on that in just a minute. I've just hedged my position here. I've made about £24 of profit really quickly, and we use the same premise again. We backed we laid the second favourite around a crossover point because we thought the favourite was going to get back in support. That happened, and we made a profit off the back of it. So yeah, as I was sort of touching on then, you can get your hands on that bot file which quickly offsets positions in one click, so you don't have to be stressing yourself and wasting time putting your positions in when you need to be looking at other things and making sure the favourite's being backed in the first place. If you want that bot and you want to get your hands on it for free, I've got another link down below in the video description. Check that out, download it if you want it, start using this on your own trades. It's been really beneficial to the traders who have already downloaded it and used it. So yeah, 2 links down below in the description. I've got my training program if you want to continually earn profits from trading, remove the stress and stop wasting your time when you don't know what you're doing necessarily. And of course, I've got that bot file download for offsetting your positions in the market in one click. Next up, if you want to learn even more about laying at crossover points, I've actually got another video. It's coming up on screen right now. I'd recommend checking it out, and it'll give you even more insight into how you can do this and into how you can make profit from laying at crossover points.